I want to talk to you today about something that I just read. It's a little disturbing, and it's a current trend going on in this country. In certain regions of the country, prices are dropping so fast that 10% in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, they're leading the country right now. 10% of the contracts on property right now are falling apart. They believe, in large part, because the prices are dropping so fast that during the inspection period of the contract, people are finding a way to weasel out of the contract because another property just came on the market and it's a much better value because, again, prices are dropping quickly. Um, our prices here in Iowa are some of the lowest prices in the country. It's hard to believe that our prices will drop substantially like other places in the country, but it is something we need to be aware of. Living in Hawaii, I saw the market dip and property values just crash. It's very possible. I've lived through it. It was no fun at all. Uh, Folks in Iowa here feel like they're immune from these kinds of market forces that drive the peaks and lows that you might see in places like California or Hawaii. Um, but I'm not so sure we are immune from these things. As I drive around, I do see a lot of empty commercial property, and that commercial property's been empty for quite a while. We have a changing marketplace. A lot of people are shopping online rather than go to brick and mortar businesses. So these local properties are going out of business and sitting vacant. Um, we have entire shopping malls where half of it is empty. Not necessarily in Iowa City, but definitely around strip malls. You're gonna find at least one or two empty units in a strip mall these days. It seems like so. That kind of lending is actually generated by local lenders. It's not secondary market like most mortgages. So that kind of pressure when the local businesses aren't able to lease their properties um, really puts a strain on local lenders, local banks. Um, that is the kind of pressure that we saw in 2008 when the bubble burst. And because it didn't really come from housing, it came from lending. We had a lot of stated income loans where people were just saying, I make X amount of money each year, and it wasn't verified. So a lot of people were, piling on loans that they were struggling to pay if they didn't have tenants. So here we are again, and a lot of these local lenders are using loans that they're a little less. I mean, I don't want to say they're easier than a mortgage to get, but the standards are a little different, and you might be able to project income that you're just guessing, on some of these things. So um, we'll see. But this is a disturbing trend in the housing market. I hope it doesn't hit Iowa, and I don't want to cause any kind of panic out there, but it should at least tell you that you shouldn't expect property values to increase dramatically this year. They might be flat here in Iowa. They may even go down a little bit. So if you've been sitting on property for a long time, waiting to sell it when it's at its peak value, this might be it for maybe the next 8 to 10 years. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen in the market. But the market forces that are out there, things like AI, that basically are going to threaten a lot of jobs. When I first read the article here about these contracts falling apart, my first reaction is this must be a situation where people are losing their jobs or jobs that they had agreed to take, and they moved to an area to take those jobs were no longer available, and there was layoffs going on or something like that. So I would that would be my first assumption, that this is some kind of job related malfunction in the system. But the article is telling us that no, it seems to be that there's opportunities in dropping prices in other homes out there in the market, and the property values are crashing in areas. I mentioned Atlanta. Atlanta is leading the country with 10.3% of the contracts falling apart. Las Vegas is right behind them with 10.1%. San Antonio, Texas, 9.6%. Riverside, California, 9.3%. And Phoenix, Arizona at 9.2%. So if you're in any one of those areas of the country, that's a little scary. You don't want to. Your home is your most valuable investment for most people, and you do not want to see your equity go up and evaporate from your property. So that's very very disturbing. If you do have property sell, you probably want to. I mean, in the next 5 years, if you're thinking about selling the property and you're trying to figure out the best time to do it, this might be it. And I'm not doing that to scare you. I don't expect the prices in Iowa to fall through the floor at all, because we're already so low. But like I said, I don't expect them to go up. We might see them inch down just a little bit. Prices may decrease. I spoke with a group of realtors not too long ago, and realtors that have spent their entire life in Iowa are under the impression that you can almost set your clock to it, that your property value should increase about 3% a year. The conversation I had, everybody was kind of nodding their head like, yeah, you can expect that. No, you cannot expect that. Even though we've had that in the past, a rather predictable market, a rather predictable increase in prices, we can't say that that's what's going to happen in the future. I think that the future is changing rapidly. AI, the way people do their shopping and their buying, there's just a lot of different factors out there that are going to have huge effects on the market, the job market, and we don't know how that's going to affect housing. But it doesn't seem very promising when potentially a lot of jobs are going to be lost out there because of AI. So I would lean towards cautious, and if you're happy with your home, you might want to stay there. But there could be some opportunities out there coming up as well. But who knows what's going to happen with this market? But this does not seem like good news, and I'll keep you posted as I see things and kind of give you my 2 cents worth on everything. But I think, relatively speaking, Iowa City is going to be pretty stable. I just don't expect a lot of growth because of the data here and the changes in technology and whatnot. So hang in there, folks. If you have property to sell, if you need to buy something, definitely give me a call. I'd love to help you out. The market is definitely picking up with the weather. So give me a call. Aloha, everybody.